I'll tell you how easy it is to end period poverty. If you gave my sanitary pad charity 120 Rand per year, we could get enough pads for 2 young ladies for an entire year. I repeat, 120 Rand, enough sanitary pads for 2 young ladies. But if you don't like me, if you think I'm the worst human in the world, do this. Just take 1 packet of pads and put it in your car. When you get to the traffic light and there's a woman, you give her a packet of pads. It's 1 step closer. It's such a simple sum. It will blow your mind. 22 million women bleed every single month. 22 million women. You do stats.
Sure.
22 million women bleed every single month. 8 million of those women cannot afford sanitary pads. And 4 million of those 8 go to schools, universities, some of them in primary school. Right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them miss about 60 days of school per year. Times that by 5.
Yeah.
How are you supposed to do anything incredible when you have to miss days of school?
Hi everyone, I am Khosi.
And I'm Dave.
And this is Khosi and Dave
Have a podcast. Today's guest is Siv Ngesi. He's a well-known actor, an MC, and an activist. He walked in with a lot of energy and we just dove into the conversation. So we hit record and I'm going to drop you in right now into the middle of it. Enjoy. This will blow your mind. What are you heading over there to do?
So I'm shooting a TV series here called Spinners, season 2.
Yeah.
TV show that I really loved.
Yeah.
Sure.
And now they're asking me to, then I'm flying to London because I don't want to be a hypocrite. And I always go watch the men's World Cup, rugby, and then I have a women's World Cup.
Sick.
I feel like I've been a hypocrite for going just to the men's one. So I'm going to the women's one.
Amazing.
Just so I don't seem like a hypocrite. And then I've got a couple of jobs and a couple of meetings.
Sure.
Awesome. I liked what you said about like not being a hypocrite and supporting the women's rugby team.
Oh, we started?
You know what? We started.
No, I don't care.
I hope we started.
Okay, perfect.
You know what? I think the main thing for this is I just want to just relax and
Sure, man.
there's a good conversation. And I think if I could just start by saying like, when you go to an ice cream shop and they got 40 flavors and you stand there for 40 minutes and like, I don't know what to choose.
Yeah.
I feel like that about Siv Ngesi because when I look at what you've accomplished, I'm like, where do we begin?
Yeah.
And you start with like this whole thing of like, well, I support the men's rugby team. I'm going to support the women's rugby team as well. Like, okay. So you just, So which ice cream flavor should we choose?
I think it's quite interesting that you made the example of the ice cream shop. It says that if you have 100 variations of flavors and you have 8, which one of the options do you think is best for people to actually choose? You would think that 100 flavors is the answer, but actually the answer is to having few, so people could go, 8 I like, and I go. But I think people in life a lot of the times have many variations and they go, the more the merrier. What I've tried to do with my career is I do many things, I have many flavors, but I think they're all mostly about consistency and authenticity.
Sure.
And I think when people see anything I do, they just see the Siv in the thing.
Yeah.
It's not different flavors. It's the thing. It's just
thing.
Siv. And I think that's what I've been able to do. So I think I've tried to be as authentic and real as possible in anything that I do and have as much Siv of it. So it's the same as I just have vanilla flavors and many different variations of vanilla.
Okay.
I say vanilla without saying boring, but I say it's just different flavors of me.
Yeah. Now, how do you choose what to focus on? Like, what do you, you immediately, as you came in, you're busy, you got stuff happening. When people say like we were like, hey, will you do our podcast? And you're like, yeah, I'm on board.
Yeah.
First of all, thank you for that. When I said to Khosi, I think Siv's going to do our podcast. She's like,
Shocked.
what? And I'm actually doing a lot of talking now, but I'm gonna keep quiet now because Khosi's got a lot to say as well. But he said he's just for like small businesses and startups he wants to get behind, and it was actually something that's on your website. It's that Picasso quote.
The one about giving.
Giving.
Using your talent to give back. I was born in a township, Guguletu. If I didn't have people taking a chance on me, taking a risk on me, I wouldn't be where I am today.
Sure.
Continuously, people had always just put their time and effort into me. So I try my utmost best to be here. I would have never cancelled. I would have never moved stuff around, but I just try my utmost best to treat people the way I want to be treated. So
Sure.
it's great to be here.
Yeah. And I mean, also just speaking about you giving back, we can also focus on like your organization actually. When I saw it, I was like, oh, okay, so you have an organization about menstruation and giving out free sanitary pads to women. Do you want to talk us through that as well?
First of all, I think I get way more credit than I deserve for that one.
Sure.
I've been doing a lot of interviews for the last 2 weeks, and I said to someone, am I doing great work or are other people not doing enough?
Sure.
And I think it's a bit of both. I think it's a bit of both. I think I definitely feel like the work that I'm doing is amazing, but I just feel like more people should be doing more work that's similar. I think the world has spent so much time trying to make the bleeding of women's vaginas women's thing, which I think is the biggest load of nonsense.
Sure.
I think everyone, there's 5 of us in this room. Actually, there's 5 of us in this room, and each one of us would not be here if it wasn't for menstruation.
Yeah.
Like 150%. Can you imagine? So I don't understand what happens is that we all end up, some of us come out the vagina, some of us go out the C-section, whatever, but one way or the other, we spent a lot of time in the womb.
Yeah.
But I don't know what happens to the disconnect. We get out of the womb and then suddenly it's just the woman's thing. Like, oh my goodness, a bleeding vagina. I said in an interview recently, I said, isn't it ironic when I watch rugby games and a guy has a bleeding nose and they take a tampon, they put it up the nose. It happens. Your nose bleeds, you put a tampon up the nose. Then they show this bleeding nose on camera with a tampon on it. It's fine when the blood comes out of the nose.
Oh, yeah.
But as soon as it comes out of a woman's vagina,
No.
But like I saw an article the other day and it had a woman bleeding and running and bleeding. She was running and bleeding. I don't know what happened. She was running and bleeding. Everyone was like, oh, she's commendable. Look how she fell and scraped her knee and running while bleeding. But let her leak blood out of her vagina while running.
Sure.
The TV will not show it.
Sure.
They will show blank. And the contradiction of that, the double standards of it has always irritated me. I grew up in a household of women.
Sure.
So pads are readily available and they were around.
Yeah.
So the question is, am I doing great work or is other people not doing enough?
Sure.
So to make it more normal. I suppose that's more about equality as well.
For sure.
We don't have to buy sanitary, but whereas, I mean, these things get expensive, and especially if you don't have a lot of money.
Yeah.
What are you choosing to do?
It's such a simple sum. It will blow your mind. 22 million women bleed every single month. 22 million women. You do stats.
Sure.
22 million women bleed every single month. 8 million of those women cannot afford sanitary pads, and 4 million of those 8 go to schools, universities, some of them in primary school. Right?
Yeah.
A lot of them miss about 60 days of school per year. Times that by 5.
Yeah.
How are you supposed to do anything incredible when you have to miss days of school?
Yeah.
Now look at that. Like, it even gets worse. Young girls can't even afford panties. Some of them cannot afford bras.
Sure.
It goes to that.
That's true.
A lot of people like to compare pads and condoms, which is a terrible example. Do you know why it's a terrible example? Because pads get used by just women, and condoms actually protect man and woman, right? From diseases, from pregnancy, etc. So that's a terrible example. I found a great example yesterday. You should compare pads to toilet paper. And I saw it, I was like, oh, it's a perfect example. Do you know why? Because you needing toilet paper is a natural thing that will always happen to you that is out of your control.
It's not a choice.
But it's readily available.
Yeah.
One day, go to the toilet and take a cack, and there is no toilet paper. See how you feel. See how you feel. Because sex, I can go, oh, no, thank you. I don't want to have sex today. So that's not a natural... And that's not a need.
It doesn't happen to you.
But go take a cock. And there's no toilet paper. Then we talk.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So the saying of it is that you cannot teach a hungry child, but I promise you cannot teach a child who has blood running down her leg. So for me, I put sanitary pads on the same line as food and water. Food and water, sanitary pads. For example, I'll give you a reason why I always say this, but DA does food packs, and in their food packs, there's no pads. Right?
Oh, interesting.
But like ANC and EFF, I'm not a fan of any of those political parties. But EFF and ANC will have pads in the pack. Wow. What is the difference? because this political party has never had the same issue of not being able to afford sanitary pads.
Yeah,
So they will have a blind spot to
Yeah.
it. And that's always been a DA issue.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
always blind spots that they'll never understand.
Yeah.
Now, a person like EFF, even if you're a boy, you know that your parents couldn't afford sanitary pads. So it's in
Yes.
there. So at an
You
EFF
see
conference, they'll have, each seat will have water and a packet of pads.
Sure.
At their conference.
Those big conferences
Yeah.
at the stadium. Now, we know it's a publicity ploy, but still they kick their asses on that.
They understand.
That's why I've been involved in fighting period poverty. I opened up a sanitary pad factory about 2 weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we
That's
produce 450 sanitary pads per minute.
Sure.
And we do 216,000 sanitary pads per 8-hour shift. And we're legally allowed to do 3 shifts during the day with different staff.
Yeah.
Sure.
So we can actually do 650,000 sanitary pads per day.
Per day.
Per day. If I had the funds, I could end period poverty in the Western Cape in under a year.
So while we're on that, how can people get involved? How can they get behind you? Because you're making this happen.
First of all, this will not be a sales pitch. If you don't want to give money to My Sanitary Pad, I'll tell you how easy it is to end period poverty. If you gave My Sanitary Pad charity 120 Rand per year, we could get enough pads for 2 young ladies for an entire year. I repeat, 120 Rand, enough sanitary pads for 2 young ladies.
Sure.
But if you don't like me, if you think I'm the worst human in the world, do this. Just take 1 packet of pads and put it in your car. When you get to the traffic light and there's a woman, you give her a packet of pads. It's one step closer. It's
Sure.
one step closer. But you can go to menstruation.foundation on my site. Menstruation Foundation, it's over there.
okay.
And yeah, man.
Yes, so I was asking if you are actually seeing the change, especially in men who are actually well educated about this not only being a woman issue, but being a man, like as a human issue. Are you actually seeing the change?
So we named our charity Menstruation Foundation, like menstruation.
I saw it was capitalized.
Yeah, capitalized.
Yes.
And we got backlash in the beginning.
Sure.
What are you making? You're forcing yourself upon our issues, whatever. And you know, our biggest sponsors are men.
Sure.
Our biggest funders are men.
That's awesome.
But ironically, all of the men that are involved have kids, daughters.
Yeah.
Mm.
And that's been interesting to be able to witness and see.
Sure.
But you know, for example, many white South Africans who've grown up in privileged environments don't realize that we're not talking about having a cell phone or living in a white area.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Privilege goes beyond the color of your skin.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of men, it's difficult to admit that you have had something over other people that you could actually not control.
Yeah.
But what color you're born in
Sure.
or
Yeah.
what gender you are.
Yeah.
And the conversation about privilege is beyond just skin color, but there is something.
Sure.
There is an advantage that you have.
Yeah.
I have an advantage over you being a man.
Sure.
And the advantages that you have being a white man.
Yeah.
Vice versa. You know what I mean? And the advantages that you have being a white man over a white woman.
Sure.
And there's
Yeah.
advantages you have over a black man. That, you know, there's a lot of things. And I think it's the complexities. But I do think it's difficult to admit that you've had privilege.
Yeah.
And I think it takes a lot to be able to go, I've had an advantage. Let me use my advantage to do good.
Sure.
Yeah.
And as soon as you're able to give back,
Yeah.
people see you differently. You know? For me, if you have money and you don't give back, you have failed.
Yeah.
You have failed.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
And do you think that comes from like how you grew up, like your wanting to give back and you seeing it as important? Is it because of maybe how you grew up?
Let me tell you, I can remember as a kid, my mom passed away 3 years ago, my greatest influence. My mother, I used to wake up some days in the middle of the night and I would have a perfect stranger in my bed. And when I say perfect stranger, no one was touching me.
Sure.
But like, my mother would like take kids in from nowhere. And my mother would be like, you can sleep right here. Right here.
Amazing.
Move to the
Just
side.
there.
You can sleep there.
I love that.
Yeah.
I was like, girl.
I live here too.
My bed is small, girl.
Amazing.
And I have memories of my mother getting groceries. You know, like a stock file.
Yes.
Yeah.
When a group of people put money together and then
Yes.
they donate. So every December we would have groceries.
Sure.
Big groceries. And my mother used to literally, I can see it, I can still smell it, I can still see my mother, I can still feel it like I was a kid. My mother used to literally cut up our groceries into 4.
Sure.
Wow.
She'd be like, that's going to that family, that's going to that family, that's going to that family, and this is ours. And as a kid, I used to sit there going, why are you doing this to us? We're so poor. You keep on giving stuff away.
Yeah.
And I can even remember I used to live in Pinelands. When we moved out from Guguletu, we moved to Pinelands, a white area.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget, my mother would fetch me on a Sunday afternoon. We'd go to the Red Cross. We'll go to hospitals. We'll go to random people's houses.
Yeah.
And we used to be on bedsides of strangers crying. And that was my entire life.
Yeah.
Like I used to go to Red Cross hospital, crying. Didn't even know the person. But my mother forced empathy upon us. She forced that kind of lifestyle. So that's the household I was brought up in. So giving back is, and I'm Khosa. And if you look at the Khosa culture, it looks like it's run by men, but it isn't. It's run by women. But the women are smart enough to make it look like men are in control, but they're not.
Let them think they're right.
My mother was that the boss of the household, the it. And that's so. I really do. I think women are incredible. I think if we live in a society that breaks the boundaries down for women to achieve greatness, they rise. I think if you can see communities that let women be excellent, run better.
Sure.
But I'm not saying the answer is to belittle men. I don't think that the answer. I think that I don't think let's not forget the boy child. I think let's not forget. I don't think the win of woman means the loss of men. I don't think the win of men should be the loss of woman.
Yeah.
But I do think you help one black mama in the township, she helps 5 people, 10 people.
Oh my gosh.
And I think that's what it's all about. I think you break down the barriers for women and women will rise.
Sure.
If hard work equals success and you've been a millionaire, I think Africa would be full of women who are millionaires.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah, 100%. But just off on this, it was we were thinking about some quick fire questions. If you were made president, what would you do with your 5 years?
5 years?
Yeah.
Pretty simple. Sanitary pads must be free, right? But they should be free for the 4 million, right? Because I don't think the 4 million who can't afford, who will go to school. First of all, start with making sure that kids can get to school and university. We start there.
Yeah.
I would employ more police officers, train them hard, right? Make it difficult to get in, but make sure we have enough.
Yeah.
Police officers create accountability. We need to rebrand the police officers. I think we need to put a lot more money into our education. Educate.
Yeah.
I think I would educate, and this sounds like a weird one. I would spend more time educating men and women about what consent is. I think it seems so simple to understand but I don't think people understand consent. I don't even think I don't think the average woman even realizes that they can consent and take away consent. Actually, consent is so simple but so complex at the same time. You can give it and take it away. But the perfect example about consent that I saw was consent is like tea, right? You can offer a woman tea, right? And she can say yes, thank you. Or she can say no, thank you. But just because the lady said yes to tea once, if you see her again, it doesn't mean she has to say yes to the tea again.
Yes.
And you can't force her to drink tea when she's sleeping. And you can't force her to drink tea when she's drunk.
Yeah.
And if she does say yes to tea and you make the tea, she can still say no to the tea a little bit later.
Yeah.
So those are the things. I think for me, policing, judiciary system, and then the sanitary pads, very important to me. Education, and one that I'll get in trouble for, immigration.
Oh, interesting.
You cannot be in my country if your papers are incorrect. Now, we're not saying if asylum seekers, we need to be able to let people process their papers so they can be processed. People mustn't be in limbo.
Yes.
But if you're in my country, I need you to have your right papers.
Okay.
And our borders can't be so porous. But I do have one little jokey thing that I didn't want to say. Like, some people are walking through Kruger National Park in the middle of the night. if you were able to walk through Kruger National Park in the middle of the night and you get to South Africa, you can stay.
Sure.
You can stay.
That's
If you
the
get past
challenge.
the hyenas, the crocodiles, and the cheetahs and the lions, you can. I'm joking.
That's
But I
the
do feel like we need to fix our borders. Our borders are porous.
Okay.
Immigration porous, and that's a very difficult conversation because they always talk about how you can't be legal in Africa. Actually, you can,
Sure.
Yeah.
and that's a very difficult conversation.
Sure.
Yeah, that is a tricky one.
Yeah.
So for
But I could never be in politics for one simple reason: I'm non-biased. If you're my friend, I'll call you out on your cuck, and I would like to be called out as well. So I wouldn't support someone in my party just because they're my friend.
Okay.
So
Yes.
I couldn't do politics.
you couldn't do
Okay.
politics.
No,
you
no.
just wouldn't
I'd be
last.
like, Chamulani, but you stole. But you're my friend. Chamulani, you must go to jail.
we need more
I'm
of
that
that.
guy. I mean, and I one thing I lack, I lack gray area. And politics is about a lot of gray areas. I'm a black and white guy. I don't mean race. I mean like, I'm black and white. It's
right or
right
it's wrong.
or it's wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not, but honorable member, we
Sure.
were, come on, my friend. I don't have that.
But wouldn't you be the perfect candidate then?
No, I don't think politics is about right or wrong. Politics is about bullshitting. And I have friends in politics. My best friend is Musi Mamani. He's my best friend in the world.
Okay.
Okay.
And I sometimes sit with him. We have conversations. And I always say to him, brother, you're not a politician. You are a humanitarian.
Yeah.
His heart is so pure.
Sure.
He's just the most amazing man in the world.
Yeah.
I don't have to sit in the room and talk. I want to get my hands dirty. Like, I want to get my hands dirty. I want to be out in the communities. And politics actually isn't about getting your hands dirty. Like, it's not about getting in there and really getting. No, these guys are about acting like they're working. I don't want to act like I'm working.
No, you want to do some
I
stuff.
want to give away pads, bro. I want to change
Sure.
lives. I want to be
Yeah.
in podcasts and meeting people. And
Yeah.
and I don't think politics is about that. I don't think politics is actually about.
But then politics should change.
Yeah. World hunger must change as well, but it's not changing anytime soon. But yeah, I could never be in politics.
Sure. No, I'm actually shocked because to me, I feel like those are the kind of people that everyone wants. That's what it should be.
I think there are great people in politics,
Sure.
but they're definitely overshone by bureaucracy, red tape, and corrupt friends and family.
Sure.
As a man, we're both men. It's all good to be against rape, GBV, but the question is, would you be against your friend who abused or raped? That's a difficult conversation. Would you be able to call out your friend, your brother, your dad? Or are you not racist or anti-racism? So if your father at the dinner table says kafir, are you going to call him out? Or are you going to go, no, I'm not racist.
Yeah.
Same with us men. For me, the conversation, we will not improve the state of how women live in South Africa until we as men can understand how we play a part in GBV.
Sure.
And we're not talking about beating. Beating that's the minority. Actually, to be honest, in South Africa, we have an issue of people who continuously repeat offenders. So a lot of the times in South Africa, they make it look like half of the population is just beating their women. And Actually, we have an issue of repeat offenders, right?
Yeah.
We have multiple repeat offenders. We have people, obviously new people who come in, but it's a repeat offenders. That's a huge problem. But my biggest issue, that's even bigger than that, because for me, I think they're a minority. But it's us who turn a blind eye.
Yeah.
Those are the biggest problems, and those are the men who don't realize the part that we play in the
Sure.
issue.
Yeah.
Those are the. I'm going on a tangent, but
That's
for me,
deep.
it's the small things, man. It's the small things.
Yeah.
And you know, Dave, like I'm just thinking about it now because I obviously know you from TV, certain films like Jaiva as well. Yeah. I'm like, you're very different from the characters that you play. Do you have a lot of people who like confuse you for like the characters that you play out and who you are in real life?
Yeah, I think people have like, for example, before I came here, I had to go for a nap. Because I love people, but people aren't my thing. The older I get, I think.
Sure, that's so real.
As much as I was keen to come here, a part of me was waiting for you to cancel, because I would never cancel.
I was waiting for you to cancel.
See, I could feel that you thought I was going to cancel. I would never. But I'm at the age now that I would much rather be sitting on my couch.
Yeah, I
doing
get you.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing. Like, I was a minute late to call you because I took a wrong turn.
Yeah.
Being a minute late perturbed me.
Oh, wow.
Because the GPS stopped a little bit, and I drove up and down. Then I saw my friend over there, and I had to talk to her for a while. But I was here at like 5:02. But then I only called you at 1 minute past. That
causes you stress.
It grates me.
Yeah.
But I'm at the age now that I just want to relax and do nothing.
Yeah.
But when I'm on screen, I like to create people that are not like me.
Sure.
But sometimes people see people, and I realize that people have a preconceived notion of who I am and who I will be. Like even this guy on this podcast, this is me, but this is a version of me. This is a flavor of me.
Yeah.
But after this, I'm going to get to my apartment, take off all my clothes as I walk in. All my clothes, and I sit on the couch and just watch Netflix or watch documentaries. So a lot of people sometimes think they know who I am.
Yeah.
Like you see
Literally.
the guy on Jiver, the guy on, everyone's like, he's just playing himself.
Literally.
He's playing himself. No,
Absolutely.
No.
Sure.
I'm always trying to be someone else.
Sure.
To create someone else.
How different are you from Paul actually on Jiver? Because he's actually very mean. I'm sorry. I don't like
I
the
think
guy.
you don't want to mess with me. I
Sure.
must be honest. I'm not the nicest guy when you mess with me, but I'm even worse version when you mess with people I love. I think my worst version is you messing with people I love. But I don't do well with disrespect. Like, I think people utilizing money to hurt other people is not my vibe.
Sure.
But yeah, man, just don't be cock, be liquor, man. That's my mission in life.
Yeah. What's next for you? What are you working on?
I'm shooting a TV show at the moment that I really loved the first season, and I look forward to doing it. I want to be one step closer to ending period poverty. At the moment, we distribute just under 1 million sanitary pads for free to women across the country, Southern Africa.
Yeah.
And I want to get to 4 million sanitary pads, 4 million women every single month. Yes. And with people's help, that can be possible. And just trying to heal, man. I lost my mother 3 years ago, and I'm just trying to heal. I'm just trying to continuously learn how not to be in the darkness. And to anyone who's listening about this, anyone who's listening was struggling with grief, I wish I could tell you it gets better. But there is a darkness that I've been in for the last 3 years that I'm just continuously just trying to be a better version of myself and trying to live a life without my mother, which has been more difficult than I ever imagined.
Sure.
And so far, like with all the campaigns that you're doing, especially with the Springboks and all of that, is there anyone that you feel like you look up to, that you feel like in these things that you're doing, you'd want to do it like this person?
It's a great question. I have one. So if I could have a table of people that I that have helped me be the person I am, it's Nelson Mandela, Muhammad Ali, and my mother.
Sure.
Right? Those are my 3 anchors. But currently I have this person who I just look up to, and I know I'll never meet them. I know I'll never get to meet them. I really am inspired by the person I have the potential to become. That's the man that I could become. Oof. Oh my goodness. Like every day I'm trying to meet him, and I'll never meet him. I'm plowing into him.
Sure.
Yeah.
So one day, do you know what? So I don't believe in religion, but my definition of hell is being on my deathbed, and I'm dying. I'm about to die, and I get to meet the man I had the potential to become.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that would be hell if that man is not the same man who I'm laying in the bed.
Oh wow.
And he said to me, remember that moment? If you'd done this, you would have been this. If you'd done this, you would have been this.
Yeah.
That's my definition of hell if that man is not the same.
Yeah.
My mission every single day is when I'm about to die, the man I had the potential to become is the same man that I am in bed dying.
Yeah.
That's my definition of hell.
Yeah.
So for me, my mission is just my role model is the man I could become.
Yeah.
Sure.
And one day I'll find out if he is the guy that I think I could be.
Sure.
The Superman ring.
So it's actually a Siv ring, but people think
Okay. Well, that
it's
makes
fine.
sense now.
It's fine. It happens. It happens. And it's funny enough. Growing up, I used to love. I loved Superman. Love it. And the beauty that I love about Superman is he has this strong guy who looks through, can do everything, pick up everything, all the strengths in the world, but he has this very vulnerable and beautiful side to him, which is Clark Kent. And I wish masculinity could celebrate that. I wish men could know that they can be vulnerable, they can be kind, they can be loving,
Sure.
and still be strong protectors and providers.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think the world's spending so much time trying to reimagine what masculinity is, but the answer to fixing masculinity is not making masculinity more feminine.
Yeah.
I am built to protect. I am built to provide, and that was not going to change. So this is literally the two extremes of me, of hyper strong, hyper in your face, and then I have this other side that's just kind and sensitive and vulnerable, like Clark Kent.
And it's all the same person.
It's all the same, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
I do a lot for the girl child, but I haven't done enough for the boy child. And society spends so much time belittling men and pointing fingers at men without actually taking a moment to ask why.
Yeah.
Do you know that male suicide's gone up by 40%?
Yeah.
Over 60% more women are in universities.
Sure.
3 times more dropout rate of men.
Yeah.
Men are in trouble.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, when women hurt, they hurt themselves. But when men hurt, they hurt others.
Yeah.
And I said it in an interview last week, is I've seen the darkness of losing my mother. And the craziest thing is I wanted everyone else to hurt with me, which is weird. Like,
Yeah.
I was hurting, so I wanted everyone else to hurt. And then as a man, I had to take a moment to go, oh, wait, I have that thing in me.
Yeah.
So broken and hurt people hurt.
Yeah.
And I wanted everyone else to feel my pain.
Yeah.
And I felt it. I could see that. I realized that if I didn't have a great support base, I would be hurting other people because I'm hurting.
Yeah. I feel like I think we've covered so much, and it's, I mean, it's just, I wouldn't, it feels like anything I ask you after what we've spoken about would be frivolous. I'd be like, oh, you were in a Disney movie. Like,
So how did you guys come together? How did this begin?
Good question. LinkedIn.
Thank
you, LinkedIn.
I've wanted to start a podcast for so long. But you know what makes something, I knew that they did a study. I don't know if you know Adam Grant. He wrote a book called Hidden Potential. And they did a study of different teams. And they took a team of just like white men or whatever it was. And then they took another team and they mixed it up. And it was like different people with different backgrounds, women, men, different races. And they found that a team that was more diverse, they were more creative. And what they produced was greater. Whatever tasks they were given were so much more amazing. And I was like, but I'm like a white guy. If I start a podcast just as a white guy, it's just going to be what this is. But I was like, I need someone completely different to me because there's a strength in diversity. And I feel like for South Africa, like the gold is not under the ground. The gold is in connecting with people who have different backgrounds, who grew up in different places, who have a different view, a different, see the world differently. You work with those people, you great things happen. So I was really looking for someone who had a different, different background. I was like, and then when I met with Khosi, he's like, yeah, she's perfect. She's not because she's so different, but because actually, I mean, you were different. But I'm digging myself a hole here. But because of like how smart and how when I got home, I said to my wife, like, I found a star today, and I just I'm so glad that I'm like at the beginning of her career. So yeah, this is really exciting for me to actually get this started. And
so they say that companies that are led by women are usually last longer and are more stable. But companies that are led by men usually are not as stable, but make more money because men are more risk. They're keen for risk. Yeah. And women do less risks. So they may make less money, but whatever. Yeah. So the answer to this is if one is more stable and lasts longer and one is not as stable but makes more money, the answer should be that we should work together.
Yes.
I think that's what I get from that. Yeah. I think some men will be like, no, then men should be stable. money. The woman goes, yes, but you don't last as long.
You're right.
You know what I mean?
You're right.
So I always feel like for me, the strength is working and finding people who you can collaborate with. Yeah. And realizing that there's blind spots. So I know I have blind spots. That's why I have a best female friend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm able to pick up the phone and go, and she'll be like, nah, you're saying it wrong.
Yeah.
And the perspective.
Cool. And she's honest with you.
Yeah. Do you think I'd sound the way I sound if I had a woman in my corner who let me say what I want?
So,
So I think sometimes we need people to hold us accountable.
Yeah.
I think we definitely do. And to be
That's
able to
true.
find a sidekick and a person who you work with together. And the cool thing is that it's like, you're married. You and your wife don't love each other equally every day. And that's if you're trying to find a relationship that you're 50-50 every day, no, it's not possible. I have a best female friend. When I lost my mother, she had to put in 78% into the friendship.
Yeah.
Of just carrying this friendship. You know what I mean? And
absolutely.
She has to be able to handle the pushback, the being unhappy kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And then some days, and it's like a back and forth. So I think a lot of the times we spend so much time trying to find, you might have a conversation when she talks about stats. And that's going to be her podcast, her episode. And you're going to play it off for her. Because you don't do that kind of stuff. But I think it's I love working with people and collaborating with people to be able to do great things. So congratulations and congratulations on your first episode.
Siv, I can't believe you agreed to do our first episode.
Oh, please,
Khosi and I were just dumbfounded. We're like,
fangirling so hard. Like, Dave, are you sure? Like, is this the serve? Yeah.
You said that's what I'm sure you thought I was going to cancel. I'm
but
like, nah,
no,
never.
like, and I was, I remembered something that you said like years ago, and I think it was about the when you have a gift given. And I was like, wow, that guy's so inspiring. And so we have a mutual friend, Rich, and when Rich said that you go to that trampoline park every now and then, I was like, Siv would be like, it was just like he'd be the perfect.
It's funny, Rich. When I found it funny, Rich always introduces himself. And I'm always like, your number is saved in my phone. It's Rich from I'm like, I have your number saved. Like kind of a thing.
At least he's not asking you to introduce yourself every time. Yeah.
Literally, it's back to like, I am filthy rich when it comes to connections with people.
Amazing.
And I just want to give back and change my life and change opinions and share my views and if people disagree with my views, I love to engage. And learn otherwise. Yeah.
Amazing.
Wow. But how old are you now?
I'm 44.
I'm turning 40 in October.
Yeah.
And it's one of the most like fascinating times because like you technically half your life. Technically half of your best. Because obviously you might live past 80, but I'm not gonna. In my 80s, I'm not gonna be running marathons and playing paddle. You know what I mean? So this is half of my life, and it's quite interesting to be able to reevaluate who I am, where I am, and I lived 37 years with my mom in my life, and not having her now, and I'm turning 40. So I literally booked a ticket to Turkey. I'm doing a job in Turkey in October. And I said to them, can you just extend my flight by like 2 weeks? And I'm just going to travel Italy alone.
Oh, wow.
Just be alone in Italy. Because I travel to meet myself. That's the beauty of travel.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you guys travel much, but I travel to meet myself. And like the scenarios in the middle of nowhere when I'm like, why did you say that? Why did you do that?
Sure.
And now that I'm 40, the self-reflection I wish I had when I was 20.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, you think back and you're like, what did I do that for? Why did I make that decision? Why did I say that? And that's the difficulty of being 40. Turning 40 is the looking back and asking why.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm so glad to be here. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Siv. Yeah.
It's been wonderful. And also, I think just to the both of you, honestly, like just age-wise. How
old are you?
I'm 22. So I want to know, is there like anything that you would say to like the younger generation? This is how you're supposed to navigate life, especially at this age, like in your 20s.
22. I would never want to be a Gen Z.
Ouch. I think it's the best thing.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you what, and that's harsh to say. You know what I find interesting about your age? You guys have more access to information than we ever did.
Sure.
So I find that you guys know everything theory-wise.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
I think Gen Zs lack experience.
That's true.
You guys have answer for everything.
That
And
is true.
There's a group, you fit into this group, you fit into this group, you fit into this group. But you guys have no like tangible like things, you know what I mean? Like things. So like I was joking earlier, but for example, if I was 22 now, I would have access to a phone. I could record things. I could do stuff.
Yeah.
And as a young me, we had no access to videos and all that stuff.
No.
But I didn't have it. I had I had a date with a 22-year-old. Now it sounds weird. I'm 39. She was 22. I didn't know how old she was. And she got there, and the first thing she said to me is, "I hate men." All right.
Yeah.
So I said to her, "Have you ever been catcalled?" She was like, "No." So, have you ever been abused? She says, "No." "How's your relationship with your dad?" She says, "Great." "Your brothers?" "Great."
Oh,
I said, "Have I done anything wrong to you today?" She's like, "No, you've been a great date." I said, "So why do you hate men?" She said, "Because I've seen what they've done to other women." I said, "Oh, wait a minute. So you have second degree trauma." That's quite fascinating.
Yeah.
So you have all the knowledge, but you have no first-hand experience of men doing you wrong. So I think you guys have access to all the information, all of the content, but I think we had more experience growing up.
That's true.
Yeah.
I think we had.
I agree.
I think we were in it. Like even
I
now
agree.
that they're now on here fighting racism online. No, we were in it. Like I'm not saying we were doing apartheid, but we were.
Yeah.
We were there in '95. We were talking and having conversations. The worst thing you could call someone in those days was racist. Then everyone like, "Oh, I'm a racist. Oh my god!" It was huge. It was huge.
Yeah.
But for Gen Z's, for me, I'll ask you a question, Gen Z.
Sure.
Quickly, name two Gen Z. Okay, name one Gen Z who's done anything to improve the world outly, not to improve individuals' lives. I can mention two Gen Zs who've done great things. Two Gen Zs I can mention, and that is the global warming young lady
Yeah.
and the Pakistani girl who got shot.
Yeah.
Right. But what I've realized about Gen Z is that everything that you guys are doing is incredible to save people, to change individuals' lives more than the world.
Yeah.
And I ask that's a harsh question, but I do think you guys are more individual-led, not selfish, but you are changing and improving lives of the individual and less lives on the out. And we, growing up, were more about saving the world. At our age,
We had Captain Planet.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we were all about like
What is that?
change the world. We want to change the world so that I can feel. And I'm not saying we're a better generation. I just think we're different.
No, I get it.
I can feel. What are we? What are we? Bloom? What are we?
I'm Generation X.
Are we X? Are we X? I'm millennial.
You're a millennial.
Millennial.
Yeah.
So I grew up in the time of Nelson Mandela.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Michael Jackson was there.
Yeah.
We had all these people and all of them wanted to change the world. Diana. We had Diana. So I can feel how it affects me.
Yeah. Mother
I
Teresa. Yeah.
want to change the world. But when I talk to Gen Zs, it's about like, I feel like this and I want to improve this for me or this for that person. But the way I see I have no Gen Zs in my charity. I'm not because I don't want to, but our goal is more broad.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are quite more individualistic. And it's beautiful. I wish I had that more. Because I was raised in a world that it was about changing the world. But they're smart enough to know that actually you can't really change the world. You just have to change individuals' lives around you.
Yeah.
There's actually,
I think we definitely differ.
Exactly.
When I say I didn't want to be them, I'm more of a joke. But
I get it.
If I grew up and I had a cell phone and access to information, I can't imagine what I would have been.
Yeah. And I think the overwhelm of just and the amount of distraction.
Oh, you guys,
Literally.
guys, I'll be honest. If I was a Gen Z in high school and I had a body that was changing and a cell phone,
Literally.
I've been recording every angle.
TikTok every single day.
Look at that. Oh, look at that. Oh, there's a hair. What you care?
No way. It's weird though. I feel like for everything, that's how we are. We are never in the moment anymore. Like if anything happens, it's always, oh, my phone, I need to.
Yeah.
So you aren't even present in it. You're just like, okay, my phone first.
You guys are definitely, you guys are definitely like, I chat to Gen Zs occasionally, and I'm always like, wow, you guys see things so differently.
Yeah.
And they see things, and I think there's people of our generation who've raised Gen Zs.
Sure.
Yeah.
If you think about it.
Yeah.
Like yours, Alpha, you've your generation is raising Gen Zs.
Yeah.
So it's not their fault. Like sometimes I watch one of my friends raise their child, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I couldn't. Like today, I met up with a friend. No hard feelings, my friend, but I walked into the room and his son didn't get up to greet me. That perturbed me.
Yeah.
Perturbed me deeply.
Yeah.
Because I grew up and you have to go greet an adult.
Yeah.
But I do think our parents crossed the line a bit by forcing interactions with adults.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of us had this inkling of going, I don't like this guy. It's not a good guy. I don't want to interact with this guy.
Yeah.
But our parents would be like, you need to go see the adults, go have a kiss, go have a hug.
Yeah.
But for me, there's a part of me that still wants you to come and, hi, sir. And sit back. But I don't have to. Yeah.
I
But
agree
you
with that.
guys, fascinating bunch.
Yeah.
Bunch.
We try though. We try as much to interact with people, But I think, like you said, it's more of a one-on-one thing
Yes,
than a group thing.
Yeah, you guys are definitely more one-on-one.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Which I think is good.
No,
I'm
not thinking bad. I think it goes back to the man and woman group.
Yeah.
I think we need to work together to be able to get an outcome. Because sometimes I can hang out with Gen Zs and sometimes I hear their views and I'm like, I totally disagree, but okay.
True.
Oh yeah, I would say it's okay to be bored. I feel like like boredom is almost like this vacuum that like draws out things you have to deal with.
Yeah.
Like stuff you have to like really like work through. Like even trauma like comes out and you go like, okay, and you really like, okay, process what happened. And,
I agree.
Interestingly, okay, another thing that I think Gen Z struggle with, no, everyone these days, actually everyone, not you guys, it's okay not to be okay.
Yeah.
And I think we've all lost that. It's okay not to be okay. One thing that I don't think we've lost a bit. And not everything needs to have a name to it. So I think we all had things that were wrong, but now that, this is anxiety. And then you look up these symptoms and you're like, wait a minute, everything has a spectrum.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, you don't need medication for everything. You know what I mean? Sometimes you're just sad. You're just having a gak day. You just have a gak time.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean? Like when I lost my mother, everyone was like, I think you should go on medication, Siv. Like it looks like you're very sad online. No, I do not need medication. I am sad.
Yes, yeah.
Siv, you should go to trauma counseling. No, I don't need trauma counseling. I lost my mom.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Everyone was trying to diagnose something to me to make me feel better. And I was like, no, I'm in the trenches.
Yeah.
I want to be in the trenches. I want to be able to work through this naturally. I don't want any help. I don't mean to have my community, but I do think now I'm glad I didn't have things to tell me what was wrong with me.
Sure.
Like I had acne growing up, bad acne. You should drink water. Drink water. Drink water. I'm like, I'm drinking water. This is part of the process. You know?
Yeah.
Man, I think everyone has a label for everything.
Yeah.
And sometimes I just think you're not having a good day.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a week. But the problem comes when you wake up and you don't want to be alive.
Yes.
That's when we're talking about something different. If you wake up, you don't want to be alive one day. Then the second day, you don't want to be alive again. Third, okay, we have a problem.
Okay.
Get that looked at.
Yeah.
But if you
absolutely.
wake up, you're not feeling liquor,
Yeah, that could just be the day.
just the day. Relax. You know what I mean? Relax.
Drink water.
Don't be Googling symptoms. Like worst thing you do is Google symptoms.
Oh yeah. No, absolutely.
Googling a symptom, you have cancer every time.
No, yeah.
As you know,
Literally.
it goes, the flu.
Yeah.
Allergic reactions. Gonorrhea.
That is so real.
Ebola. A new strain of COVID.
Yeah.
That is so real.
I said a lot, but I just want to say, end off by saying, it's okay not to be okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
And sometimes there is no there's no pill to fix it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need to get out,
Yeah.
have a walk, have an exercise, talk to friends.
Yeah.
There is no pill for everything. And if there was a pill for everything, people will be using it. And lastly, if being happy was that easy, everyone would be happy. And it just goes in waves, and it's just a flipping ups and downs, and that's the beauty of it. How crazy is it that the one time in your life when you hear that sound, deet, is the only time there will be no ups and downs.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Because when you do, it goes tick, 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 and then there's ups and downs.
Yeah.
But when you're dead,
yeah.
there's just a flat line.
Yeah.
I don't understand why people are looking for these flipping constant ups.
You want to be all the time happy.
Like,
yeah,
nah,
doesn't
bro.
exist.
The lowest part. The other day, end of for this. Really ending with this. I was in Joburg. I was in Joburg, and I made the wrong call of being in Joburg when I should have been in Cape Town, because then I mix High Rocks. I miss all these crazy things in Cape Town. I remember how upset I was with myself. I was like, oh, why are you here? Like, you should be in Cape Town. But I said to myself consciously, I said, in 3 days, you will not care about how you feel now. And I was like, cool.
And that's true.
Yeah.
And that's true.
Yeah.
And guys, let me be truthfully honest. When you have a child, or if you have a child and if you have a child, your child, then your child is a child, your child. In about 4 generations, no one will give a damn who you are. And that is the saddest
Hard reality.
thing. No one will give a damn who you are.
That's true.
4 generations. Let's say 4 generations. It'll be your children's. Then they'll have children. Then they'll have children. These kids won't even know who the hell you are. But Dave, who's that?
They won't even ask about you.
Who was that? And the likeliness is that those kids will look very different to how you look, because they'll be mixed. They'll be looking like little colored kids. You know, trust me. Don't give a damn. There won't be a picture of you even alive. And if you think about it, the greatest scheme of things is that what happens now, the cack that's happening now, it won't make you feel any less cack. But the perspective that in 3 days, in 4 days, you won't even care about this moment, and you'll look back and go, why'd I even bother? But in 4 generations, no one will give a damn who you are.
Yeah. 100 years, all new people. Everyone.
Literally.
And another thing, how many years is it before every cell in your body change? How many days? There's like something. There's something that in a certain amount of time, every cell in your body will be a new cell.
So
So you'll be like literally taking you like a different person.
Literally. You're new. Literally.
No, please. In the greatest scheme of things, it doesn't even matter. I'm not saying it won't. It doesn't change how you feel in the time. But I think in the greatest scheme of things, it don't matter. Go on.
Yeah.
So
amazing. Thank you so much, Siv.
So, man, thanks for listening. Really been fun.
it's been amazing.
Yeah, it is. This has been, it's been an
Literally.
awesome first
Thanks,
episode.
guys. Good one. Good luck with everything. And they say with podcasts, a minimum of 21 episodes before you give up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
cool. Yeah.
They
Now
say
we
a
know.
minimum. And lastly, to everyone who has a podcast, some of these people who have podcasts will have a license. Some of these guys. Not everyone should have a podcast. Not everyone. Some of them need a license.
it's not for
So
everyone.
you realize, no, that's true. That's true. Oh, amazing. Thank you so much, Siv.
Thank you so much. So thank you.
Very, very good. That was a whirlwind.
Yeah. High standard for our first podcast, honestly. Love it.